Good evening to my gentle viewing audience. I come to you tonight saddened. After the Friday night fights, there were 2 deaths. One on Saturday and one today, Tuesday. Today, junior welterweight Maxim Dadashev lost his final bout, in fighting to stay alive. See, he fought Subriel Matias on Friday. And the fight, for the most part, wasn't even close. It was 9 rounds to 2, basically. But he was getting tagged the further along it went in the fight. And I could show you, actually, video clips. But we all know ESPN don't play that, and they shut that down real quick. But Buddy McGirt talked to him in the corner, was telling man, I got to stop it. Like, you get hit, I got to stop it. But he still wanted to go on. What a great heart. What a warrior, actually, what a warrior Maxim Dadashev was. You see, after McGirt called the fight, he couldn't even walk out of the ring on his own. Yet, he still wanted to go out there for that 12th round. And at the time, we all thought Buddy McGirt saved his life. But he already had bleeding on the brain. He vomited blood on the way out of the ring. Took him to a stretcher. Instead of going to the first hospital they were going to go to, they went to a specialty hospital. 2 hours of brain surgery. An induced coma to relieve pressure on the brain. But even then, after the surgery, they were saying he suffered or showed signs of severe brain damage. That was fucked up, and I prayed for him. I truly did. You're out there, you're doing your job. You expect you might get hurt, but you don't go out there expecting to die. And unfortunately, before his wife could get to be there by his side this evening, he passed away Tuesday morning. And so that was rather fucked up. Then I go and I read another story. This one I will show you a video of. Now, unfortunately, the party that died in this particular fight wasn't even a participant. He was the unfortunate infant of a creature named Karen Harrison. I may have put it in the background right now, the little still clip, but Karen Harrison would be the one with the red shirt, the red wrap around her head, and the camo pants. The other woman, she is yet to be identified. Hell, she might be pregnant. And then what you see, if I did this like I wanted to, is what you think you see. What you think you see is what you see. And that's an infant, 3-month-old, in her arms. They had a fight on Friday too. Don't believe me? Have a look.
As you can see in the red shirt, Karen Harrison is holding her baby. She is then hit by another woman who is standing beside the car. It happened so quickly, but suddenly, the baby is no longer in her hands. People nearby run to pick the baby up. Others try to break up the fight. Police say when Harrison took the baby to the hospital the next day, she said the baby fell at home, which they later found out was not the case. The fight is something that's hard for even police to wrap their heads around.
And that's why I just said, fuck it. Let me do a quick video. You just had a baby. And you're holding the baby. Not just your baby's 3 months old. Still and all. Why the fuck come you start a fight? You're holding your baby and going to start a fucking fight. Now, I have to go back and re-look at the video and slow it down and like frame by frame and shit like that. Because yes, that woman who appears to be pregnant does appear to hit her with that bag first. But you walked up on me and I'm in fear of my life because I got my hands full of shit. And then you saw, well, fuck it. I'm going to show it to you again. Here, have a look.
As you can see in the red shirt, Karen Harrison is holding her baby. She is then hit by another woman who is standing beside the car. It happened so quickly, but suddenly, the baby is no longer in her hands. People nearby run to pick the baby up. Others try to break up the fight. Police say when Harrison took the baby to the hospital the next day, she said the baby fell at home, which they later found out was not the case. The fight is something that's hard for even police to wrap their heads around.
There, did you see it? If not, slow that shit down. Because right around that second blow, you don't see that baby no more. What caring mother would actually start an altercation with a child in her arms? None, because you care. Which tells you something about Karen Harrison. And that's, her first name is Karen, not Caring, with the G being silent. Now, after that fight, which took place on Friday, July 19th, she took her child home. Now, you just dropped your child, your infant, on the concrete. The motherfucking concrete. And I'm sure that child was showing signs indicating, well, hold on. I know I can't talk and I don't really understand shit, but something's fucking wrong. Yet she did not take the child to the hospital. The next day, July 20th, then she wanted to take the child to the hospital and brought her stupid ass friend with her. What is this? Carniata Clark. It sounds like carnitas and shit. Maybe I have Mexican tonight. Anyway, it's Carneata Clark. Took her to the hospital too. Because they said, well, fuck it. We're smarter than the doctors. Well, yes, indeed. I know I didn't get past 8th grade, but we smarter than them motherfuckers. Let's go. Trying to say that Carnitas Clark was holding the baby and the baby slipped from her arms and then hit his head. And I don't know how they figured that shit out and got that video y'all saw, because it was like, this shit don't sound right. Maybe did some GPS on the phone, on the car, or maybe the baby, before the baby died, said this bitch had a fight and dropped me on the motherfucking concrete. The first and last words. Dying declaration. So they went back, found this video, and hold up, because she was charged. Now, Carnitas Clark was charged with false statements and writings and obstruction of an officer. Yeah, because, let me tell you something. If you're really fucking ugly, and then the officer's trying to walk past you to enforce the law, turn your face, because that's probably what got her ass in trouble. Just so fucking ugly that he didn't want to look at her, and that prevented him from effecting the immediate arrest of Karen Harrison. But the writings and shit, you know, that's also a crime. Now, Harrison was charged with felony murder, first degree cruelty to children, felony murder, then first degree cruelty to children, second degree cruelty to children, simple battery, and affray. Now, y'all don't want to be charged with affray, because affray is some shit that I don't even know what the fuck that means. So if I don't know what the fuck it means, you don't want to be charged with it. Look that shit up. However, there is a silver lining in this. You see, Harrison has other children. I almost want to say 3, but it doesn't matter, even if it's 1. And you've got to figure that if she acted like this with a 3-month-old, the silver lining is the fact that her ass is locked the fuck up until about October 7th, which will be her next court date. Because even though the other acts are misdemeanors, that murder shit, no, there's no bond for that. So you just gotta sit there and wait. And only thing you could do is hope that whoever has those other children might possibly raise them better than Karen Harrison was doing. Unfortunately, don't get your hopes up, for the simple fact that whoever's raising those children likely will raise Karen Harrison. And look how the fuck she turned out. So as I said, there were 2 deaths, 2 Friday night fight deaths. One person, just say a prayer for him, his wife and his son. You know, hope that, I don't know what you believe in, but just, you know, he maybe find his way to heaven, because he was just out there fighting, trying to get a green card and bring his folks to America. The other one, we can pray for little baby Harrison, because he managed to escape. Managed to escape a life that was due to be fucked up, just based off of what we've seen from his egg donor. So if that's all, get your hydration on. You don't want to die heat stroke. I'm out.